I know what you're thinking. There is no reason to even consider the possibility that God could ever be anything other than a man. And I mostly agree. Man was created in his image. But what if, for the next hour or so, you could set that aside and maybe focus on God's message and not God's gender? I mean, that really is the point after all. I'm not saying it'll work, because it obviously didn't. There was Moses and Noah, crazy John the Baptist, not to mention his only son. It didn't go well either. So, for the sake of argument, what if I change my voice?
Became in the image of a woman. Learned to drink, smoke, and curse. Like all of you do. Would that work? I'm willing to try. If you are willing to not focus on the messenger and only hear the message. Yeah, right.
And the church says amen. God, I say, has spoken. You may ask me, who is God? Well, I'm glad you asked. He is Elohim, El Shaddai, Jehovah, Alpha and Omega. God, the beginning and the end.
Did you know more and more people are finding God online instead of inside a church? It's no wonder, really, with a pandemic forcing us to isolate ourselves, the masses are reaching out to God from the comfort of their own home. And we have a moral obligation to help them. You have an obligation to help them find salvation. Because airtime on television is not cheap, my friend. And what does God say about
what the fuck?
He knew it would come to this, and we need your help now more than ever. $5, $10, even $20 will help us find those lost
I'm going to give these guys a piece of my money today. This is
side
not
of this
the day.
We're currently busy saving souls, and we will return for your kind donation.
Yeah, I like the boys' little complaint about your program we just watched. Are you serious? Asking people for money they probably don't even have. And I read last week that you have a multi-million-dollar business with your own satellite in the sky. Is that what you do with the little old lady's social security check she sends you each month, is it?
Whoa, 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 August. Slow down your roll. I got a massive headache today.
Excuse me. Who am I speaking with? How do you know my name was August?
It's God. I know everything, remember?
God. Yeah, right. Unbelievable. So as I was saying, the satellite in the sky...
I know what you're saying. And you're right. I mean, that's why I picked up. Besides, that preacher man is not going to answer you or call you back by leaving him a message calling him a fraud. And you know what? I'll deal with him later. So here's the deal. I got about 6 minutes left on my prepaid phone. Or is that a 9? Anyway, I suggest you spend that time asking me questions that I got time to answer before I go to Canada.
Oh, to Canada? Yeah, and where might you be now, God?
I'm waiting on a beautiful sunrise over Panama. Panama, Panama. ma, oh, 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 shit. Oh, I came here for Easter Sunday, and I drank way too much at Father George's. I'm such a lightweight.
Oh yeah, okay, sure, I'll play along. Why not? So why do people have to die?
No, I don't have time for silly questions. Don't be one of those.
Here, that's not a silly question. In fact, it's one of the greatest heartaches we have to deal with. And frankly, I don't see the point in dying.
And what's the point in living forever? There would be no reward in that.
Yeah, and how do we even know there is a reward? I mean, no one knows for sure. They're all dead, they can't tell us. And why can't living forever be the reward?
Oh boy. Let me guess. What you really want to know is what's the freaking meaning of life, right?
That's a great question. I mean, if all we have to look forward to is dying and we don't know how or when that's going to happen, then what the fuck's the point? Why go to college to go in debt, to become a doctor, to save lives, only to get hit by a bus crossing the street? Doesn't make any sense. And wait a second, if you're a god, why are you using a prepaid calling card with limited minutes?
Because there's no free universal calling plan. Yet. Each country's different and, you know, I never know where I'm going to be. Well, unless I have something scheduled. Besides, I can't just walk into AT&T in Afghanistan and say, hey, it's God, give me your best phone plan.
Okay, you're really pissing me off right now. And I played along with your little charade long enough.
And you are running out of time.
Yeah, and you didn't answer my question. Or the question you thought I wanted to ask.
Listen, what happens after life is not near as important as how you spend your lifetime. You guys worry way too fucking much. And you spend all your time trying to figure out how to chase after tomorrow, when today is ticking right past you.
Well, you made it that way. I mean, we've got to go to work so we can eat and pay bills.
You mean so you can buy shit that you don't really need? I mean, don't blame me for creating tiers of wealth and prosperity. I told you to concentrate on the basics. And even that is subjective.
Oh, I get the fact we brought this shit on ourselves. But you allow it to happen. The rich get rich, the poor, they get poor. And the innocent, they always pay for it. Meanwhile, the Trumps of the world, they walk away scot-free.
Believe me, I'm not a fan either. But you're still missing the point. Instead of focusing on others, why don't you just worry about yourself?
Oh, you just make it sound so easy, don't you? Yeah, well, it's not. And every day's a struggle. And why do children have to get sick? Why do they have to die before their parents? You just tell us from the beginning how long we've got to live. Most of us would adjust. Maybe we might make every minute count in a more positive way.
And why can't you do that on your own? Are you too lazy? I mean, you need everything spelled out for you?
You know, you don't exactly make yourself very easy or visible, do you? And do not tell me about that. We've got to walk by faith, not by sight. Or he's all around you, you just gotta know where to look.
Honestly, I'm getting a bit bored. And you're not helping my headache, August. All of your questions so far center around me giving you all the answers. Answers are something engaged humans
seek through knowledge. Knowledge is sought after for all kinds of reasons. It's up to you to decide how you use what you've learned. I mean, do you seek it to swindle money? To be the smartest guy in the room? To belittle others? Or do you want to use it to love better? I promise you, if you learn to love the moment and the people who are in it, all of this bullshit is just chaos.
What if everyone could hear how you're talking right now? God's a woman who curses, drinks. That's been really aggressive, I must say.
Maybe they'd finally listen.
Well, this is a lot of help.
August, let me ask you something. When you are thirsty, does a glass of water come to you? Or do you pick your sorry ass up off the ground and go get it? Answers are the same way in life. I put them all around you. All you have to do is recognize them. And once you do, you need to show them some goddamn respect.
Did you just say?
No one's gonna believe you talk to me anyway, and I know you're probably just as frustrated now as you were 5 minutes ago. But it's not as hard as you make it. All you need to do is ask yourself 3 simple questions every time you have an important decision to make about anything. Is this a choice that I can live with if it becomes the last choice I make? Only then will you become freer, kinder, more loving. Only then will it not matter if you don't wake up tomorrow.
You said there were 3 questions to ask yourself. What's the other 2?
The second one is more about finding comfort in your relationships. Did you love them enough to be sure they knew that you loved them? Because if you did, they'll be much happier having known you. You will live on inside of them long past your time on earth.
Wait, what's the third one? Hello?
Thanks for calling One Life Outreach. We're currently busy saving souls. Please leave a message and we will return for your kind donation.
What am I thinking? That wasn't real. What a day. Mad times.
to land.
Vancouver 1337, Air Canada 2 so far. 337, yeah.
Can I help?
Just make yourself at home. Lunch is just about ready. Oh, there's more beer in the fridge. Just help yourself.
I am so glad you invited me to lunch today. I've missed your creative palate. And this is the best poutine I have ever had. What's in it that I don't recognize?
Well, I use sweet potato fries and then white gravy instead of brown. But my secret ingredients is ground sausage mixed in the gravy and smoked sea salt sprinkled on top for garnish. But it has to be the flaked kind. And I can only find it online.
Yes, I mean, that's it. It is so good made this way. You know, I once flew over a gray salt mine in Poland. I could actually smell the aroma as it was piled up, drying in the sun.
Well, truth is, I almost didn't invite you for lunch.
Why?
Well, I didn't know if you had enough time to get over any jet lag from your trip back from Cancun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty good with that now. It usually just takes me a couple days and I'm good to go. The layover in LA was the worst. Customs wanted to hassle me over my Rocky Patel cigars.
Is that a special brand?
Well, you know I love my Dominican stogies, but Rocky Patels are made in Nicaragua. And they have this hint of dark chocolate, which you know I love.
Did Customs take them from you?
I bribed the agent. I gave him a bottle of 1942 Don Julio.
Of course. It's tequila.
Right.
It is so cool. You can live the winter months in Mexico. I mean, this winter was horrible. You did not miss a thing.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, I usually have Vancouver weather on my home screen so I can see what's going on at the farm. I've been meaning to install these live cameras so I can see if the fox are staying out of the hen house. I keep putting off installing those cameras for some reason.
I thought you had Noah looking after the animals.
Oh, I do, but you know, he doesn't listen to me. He's old, stubborn, set in his ways.
And why don't you fire him?
Well, you know, he still has a family to feed. And we've been friends a long time. Besides, he did a great job during the last flood. I mean, it's not his fault that nobody listened to him. He gets the job done in his own time. And he's cheap.
Well, I guess I could have gone by once a day to check on things. But I have no idea how to herd this sheep. And I am deathly afraid of that moose you have.
Oh, come on. She's harmless. You know she can sense you're afraid, right? But I do appreciate the offer. You have enough going on in your life. You do not need to worry about my farm animals. They'll go in the ark if it gets too cold. Oh, and my solar panels keep it heated in the winter. So, how are you doing, by the way?
Good days and bad days.
I'm so sorry. I should have waited until you were ready to talk to me about it.
I guess I was just waiting to break down until you got home.
Is it Michael?
Of course. It's not that he's gone. I knew that was coming. I can't get over what I did. Having lied to him the entire time he was sick.
Well, what good was it going to do to tell him the truth? I mean, he didn't have anyone else to take care of him. I mean, telling Michael that you were only staying because he was sick, I mean, what good was that going to do? You were just trying to be a good person.
Says the one who constantly preaches about telling the truth.
Yeah, well, the caveat to that is the other person has to be willing to hear the truth.
That is not what you told that Irish guy, what's his name?
August?
The one that phoned to chew out that television evangelist.
Yeah, I like the voice little complaint about your program we just watched.
And ended up getting an ass chewing from you for him not believing you even existed.
God. Yeah, right. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but I mean, that was my pitch at the time. I mean, what did you expect me to say? He was being stubborn. And I ran out of prepaid minutes before I could tell him everything. Jeez. You know, I sent him a postcard.
And why did you take your website down? The one where people could ask you questions and you could answer them.
Well, because it was costing me $12 a month. And you know what? It's back up now anyway. And you are getting off subject.
So you think I should have told Michael that I was really in love with James?
Before he got sick? Yeah. But you pussied out. I mean, there was no need to tell him during that clinical trial they put him on. You missed your window of opportunity. You know, hold on a second here. You were never going to leave him anyway. So why are you bringing this all up now? Are you pissed because you lived through the diarrhea and vomit?
I'm pissed because you force people to stay where they don't want to be. And you do force them. It is right there in the vows, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. And then we sign off in your name. So tell me, how in God's name, full pun intended, could we not feel guilty for wanting a divorce? Tell me. So we settle. We settle until our lives are basically over. Or we are so worn the fuck out it doesn't matter anyway. We are all used up. So then we just give up.
Wow. I mean, wow. And whoa. I didn't give you guilt. You chose to pull it off a shelf as an excuse to be mad at me. Oh. You know, my poutine is not sitting so well.
Oh, I am plenty mad at myself. Plenty. But you made some of us weak and indecisive and lost and scared of ending up in a worse situation than we're already in. Or making a mistake that's going to hurt the people that we love. At the very least, being an all-around fuck-up. And my poutine is not bothering you. You ate too much of it.
So I guess I'm to blame for you branding yourself with that tattoo of his name on your hand, huh? A constant reminder that you married the wrong guy, no less. Oh.
Ass control, woman? Jeez. And yes, just another bad decision in my life. I was scared of hurting his feelings.
Okay. Here's an idea. Why don't you be me for a day?
I sure as hell would do things differently.
Okay, well, say no more. Oh.
What?
Yep. You be me, and I'll be you.
Don't be silly.
Oh, I am dead serious. Well, not dead. Not me, anyway. Oh.
Stop talking in riddles. Just say it.
Okay, well, at sunset, we have a new batch of souls arriving at the gates. You'll sit in my place while I go do whatever it is you were gonna do. What do you have planned?
I have a wine event planned.
Oh.
I've had it planned for months.
Okay, wait.
So you're telling me I'm going to be judging people getting into heaven overnight?
Yeah, I mean, you said so yourself that you're indecisive and scared of making a mistake that might hurt the people you love. I mean, it's the perfect assignment. All you need are my 2 bracelets to get past St. Peter. This one is made from the leather they beat Jesus with. And this one is handcrafted from the nail in his left hand. But Peter will know why you're wearing them. Oh, and it won't be too hard to figure out where to sit. It's the big gold chair with the red velvet cushion.
Okay, I can't do this. This is way too serious. I take it all back. Okay, lesson learned. I won't be bitching anymore.
You see? There's your fear rising again. Yeah, I know. That won't work. Nope. You've got to do this. Oh, I think you'd be doing me a favor. I think I'm going to have to sit this one out. Oh, maybe it's the sausage and the gravy. Ooh.
No. Hey, you can't do this to me. This is way too serious. Okay. I promise. I swear I will never complain again.
Well, my mind's made up. You'll never learn to make a decision for yourself until you have to judge others for the ones they made.
And what if I just don't show up?
Well, then no one gets in today. I mean, can you live with that decision? I saw that. And see? You just made a decision. Now, I gotta go, so I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and wear something I'd wear. You gotta stand out.
And how do I get there? To heaven?
I am so glad you invited me to lunch today. I've missed your creative palette. And this is the best poutine I've ever had. What's in it that I don't recognize?
The secret's in the gravy. I use gravy and sausage and stuff.
Hey, Earth to Jewels. Damn, where'd you go there, sister?
I mean, are you got something on your mind?
You know when you just suddenly remember a dream you had?
Oh, yes. I love to dissect people's dreams. It's the gateway to everything possible and the exit door to confinement. So, do tell. I'm excited.
Well, I don't know. I probably went to bed thinking about having lunch with you today. And when you mentioned how good the poutine was, that triggered a memory of it. That was exactly how my dream started.
Oh,
Anyway, we started talking about losing Michael. And I started to feel, I started bitching about how hard it got at the end, you know, and how I'd making plans to leave him. And then, of course, I chickened out. And you called me a pussy, by the way.
I did.
And then I started blaming you for making me weak and indecisive. And then it got all twisted. And in the end, you forced me to be you for the day.
Oh, come on.
And my job was to pass judgment on everyone getting into heaven that night.
Totally something I would do. Let me write that in my notes. Switch places. They play me, and I play them for a day. I love it. Brilliant. So, how many did you let in? Was there any good ones? Oh, did anyone scream or cry? Or maybe even beg? Oh, and how many car salesmen asked for forgiveness? Oh, and preachers. Those are my absolute favorites.
Oh, man. Well, if you know me as well as you say you do.
You let them all in, didn't you?
It was just, they were also sincere, you know?
Yeah.
I couldn't say no. And then I started to feel guilty about my own bad choices and my reasons for making excuses and putting shit off. I mean, how can I pass judgment on them when I am just as guilty? Even the ones that didn't deserve to get in.
Yeah.
I couldn't say no. And the pearly gates, they really are made of pearl. I couldn't say no. I remember waking up, feeling so bad knowing that I was responsible for mixing the nuns with the rapists. Oof. And the thieves with the nurses.
Oh.
And they're all in one place now.
So, job's not for you, huh?
Let's just say I am so glad it was a dream. Hey, what's with the sunglasses inside?
I drank way too much wine last night. You know, I am curious about one thing. What happened once everyone got inside? Was it like complete chaos with the sinners and the saints all eating at the same table?
That was the weird part. On my way out, I remember looking back, and everyone looks the same. And I can't tell who's who. And they're all naked. And no one cares or even notices.
Well, I gotta get back to the farm. We're picking apples today, and I don't want them picking from the wrong tree. But lunch was great. Keep the bottle of champagne I picked up last night. We'll drink it another time.
That is so old.
Mm-hmm. It's from a slave shipwreck in 1860.
Can you believe it survived? Oh, and I'm gonna need my bracelets back.
The captain's ill-fated decision to round the Cape of Good Hope during the deadly winter storms is likely to blame for the demise of 300 slaves bound for the Americas. It is considered to be the last slave ship of its kind. Only 12 bottles of the captain's private collection survived the shipwreck. The grapes were harvested by the slaves themselves during years of confinement and prior to being sold. Not a single slave survived. May you drink this bottle as a reminder.
Hey, no good harvest comes without sacrifice, preceded by all of those fears of failure. Time to go to the sink and wash them all away.
It is not a fair comparison, but I too am a slave to my own fears.
You see, I'm one of those women who refuses to make a decision. Ask me a question, any question, and my answer will always be in the gray area, never a yes or no. And you have no idea what great lengths I'm willing to go to avoid the confinement of commitment, to change, to reveal my truth, to be judged for my answer, to risk shipwreck for my decision.
Age, death, pain, risk, rejection, being alone, failure, loss, sickness, weakness, abandonment, going to hell.
I drift in the gray no more.
Oh, I knew I should have skipped that cup of coffee in the middle of the night. It was
freezing outside. I can't hold it any longer. Oh, yes. Yet. You just made a wise choice, mister. Otherwise, it would have been a nice first stole you would have made.
How'd you do?
Well, I haven't heard that in a while. What were you doing? Sneaking a peek at the old hoo-ha?
I don't know what that is. But you're kind of far away from civilization, aren't you, a pretty lady?
Well, that was the point, which means you are too, unless you just came from a Lewis and Clark reunion I didn't know about.
I do know who they are. I'm out checking my traps. And you got a smart mouth on you, huh?
Well, tequila killed most of the sass you might have got from me this morning, but I can save you a trip down the holler. You got 3 untouched between here and the river. Meanwhile, the one set for the Red Fox got tripped by a falling limb. And the Martins didn't cross Wavy Creek last night on account of the hawk sitting in the big old burned out birch tree. So they're empty too. I say you put on your mossy oak this morning for nothing. Oh, this reminds me of the 2 rabbits that used to cross paths at the border. One was from Canada, the other from the States. Well, one day, the Canadian rabbit came up the path and saw the American rabbit stuck in the trap. The Canuck said to the Yank, you know, you can just chew your leg off and hop along, right? About 3 days later, the Canadian rabbit came up, saw the American rabbit still stuck in the trap. It's like, why didn't you just chew your leg off and hop along like I told you? The trap rabbit replied, but I already chewed off 3 legs and I'm still stuck. That gets me every time. Oh.
That's cute. You would know where all my traps are, would you? Care to explain?
Oh, I'm done explaining myself, friend, and I quit passing some tests a long time ago. But what I would like to do is trade you a half-smoked Dominican cigar for some of that bannock bread you got in that pack of yours. I know a maple syrup tree that'll go just fine with it. You cook it yourself or you swipe it from a local?
Damn. If you ain't one of those witchy fortune tellers I heard about, you just stay right there where you are. I don't want nothing to do with you, old woman. You crazy!
I'm crazy? Oh, and hey, if you happen to see a guy that looks like the skipper from Gilligan's Island, tell him I'm on my way. He's got a boat I need. I'm just running a little late. Although I really need a boat. I can't swim. I'm not that old. You redneck trapper. Unbelievable. I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I still can't get away from these humans. I should have never come back. I mean, they don't listen to shit anyway, and they're constantly arguing. I mean, what's the point?
First, there was August from Ireland. He didn't listen. He only wanted to know why people have to die. And then there was my childhood friend, Juliet. Scared to make a change. Scared not to. Just scared all the time. No telling what the trapper I just met is doing off in those woods, hiding his true self from the world. Lord knows, that's me, what awaits for me on the other side of these woods. And you may be wondering, why am I even doing all this? I could easily be up there with my brother, Jesus, out of the rain, and a lot less aggravated. But we decided to try one more time, thinking maybe it should be a woman this time. One that acts like they do. Curses, drinks, smokes. So, here I am. Doing things the hard way so I can try and understand them. But I don't. I love them. But all is lost. Now, I need a boat to get home.
So different from heaven. I'm probably walking around in circles. Where's Noah when I need him? Oh! Hey! I didn't mean to summons you, brother. I was just saying how much I missed you is all.
Where art thou? I mean, us. And why am I here with thee? I was just dozing off to that Russell Crowe movie.
The one where he plays you? It was okay. But I am glad you asked my whereabouts. Because I don't exactly know. I do know what I'm looking for, though. There's supposed to be a local boat builder nearby, and I need something to cross the lake. And don't talk like you're from the Old Testament. I mean, I know you are, but this is 2024, and I never wanted them to write like that anyway. I mean, no one can understand it.
Well, why would... How come... Damn it, boss. You know I'm the best boat builder there ever was. Now why would you go behind my back and hire somebody else?
You be careful, mister. You're getting a little close to taking my name in vain. Besides, I don't need a boat that big.
And frankly, you took too long last time. You've been at it again.
Oh, you heard about that, eh?
Look, confessions are Monday through Thursday, and today's not the day. I'm on a tight schedule. Sit back and I'll send you back to your easy chair, I guess.
No. If you're going to see a boat builder, I want to come. I miss it. Now give me that compass.
After you. No wonder I chose to flood the place back then. It was time to clean up the mess. I mean, you did a good job, Noah, keeping the animals safe, but I'm not sure we don't have a bigger mess now. You know, I promised fire for the next Come to Jesus meeting, but I'm not sure I can just burn this all down to the ground. But look at this beauty all around us. It's heaven right here on earth. Did I say that, or was that Tracy Chapman? World is our temple, the world is our church, heaven's here on earth.
Ah, good old days of music. It's a dying breed, boss.
Yeah, the only thing not dying is you, Noah. How old are you now, anyway?
That'd be about 4,359. Give or take.
That's not that old.
Hey, time flies, like they say.
Yeah. And daylight's getting away from us. Let's pick up the pace.
Yeah, 'cause, I don't see too well at night anymore. And tomorrow is Sunday. My day off.
All right. Oh, wow. Here we are. I swear I never get tired of smelling fresh cut lumber. I mean, this place should be standing room only. Full of boat builders.
I don't understand. Why can't I just build a boat like before?
Come on, man, that would take way too long. You're slow as molasses. Besides, I need to get out of here as soon as possible. Besides, you're not coming with me this time. I need to do this alone. Oh, hey, you must be the skipper.
Huh?
I said you look like the skipper.
What now?
I said you must be the one I'm looking for. You don't understand a word I'm saying, do you? This flyer here says that for $50 a month, I get a key to the shop, use of all the free tools. I can come as early as I want and leave as late as I want. Oh, he's pointing to the cash, Venmo, PayPal, no checks or credit cards. Yeah, I need one now. I don't have time to rent one.
I could do it for $50.
No, I need one now. I need to rent one. Like, do you understand?
Do you understand that none of these boats will float right now?
Oh, this is amazing. And a soon-to-be lost art form. Once a necessity, now just a bunch of relics. Oh, thank you. Raven's Collectibles and Swap Shop and Minor Boat Repair. Turn left at Fern Grove, follow the trail to the end. No trespassing allowed. Okay.
I don't understand, boss. Why don't you just cross the water?
All right then, how long will it take us to get there?
Oh, I ain't going there. That Raven, she's crazy.
You know I can fix that hearing problem for you, right? All you gotta do is ask. All right then. Okay, let's go.
Hey, boss. Do you mind if I stay here? I've never used a lathe before, and I already got the $50.
You've already forgotten more than they'll ever know about boat building. I mean, what could you possibly need from them? Fine. Just stay away from the coconut.
We drink tequila here.
Oh my God, it's you.
Yeah, thanks for noticing this time.
I've come to warn Skipper that you're coming for him like you said.
Well, then how did I beat you? Did you get lost or something?
I got sidetracked.
And, oh, you stepped in one of your own traps, didn't you?
It's a good thing Miss Raven came along, or else I would have...
Do you know her? Is she with you? I was just on my way to go see her at her place.
She's not there. But I could show you the way. That is, if you ain't really crazy. Are you her sister or something?
So you don't really know me. No, I think you and Noah should get to know each other. I got this on my own. Sail on, sailors.
That Raven, she's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around these days. Hello? Hello? This isn't a boat. This is tree bark, man. You can't count on anyone anymore. I hope Noah's driving the silent skipper nuts by now. Well, we'll make you work. But you're gonna need a new name, sister. Something appropriate for the times. Okay. Is what it is. Guess we'll make it work. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on.
I wonder if I let it go on too long. I thought COVID would scare the hell out of them, but that only lasted a year. Half of them are still following Trump around like numbnuts, making excuses and denying the truth. Or maybe nothing has changed since Adam listened to Eve, Hitler and the Nazis, Jim Jones and Guyana, Catholics and the Protestants, Rome and Egypt, ISIS. You know what? That's it. Aside from the natural disasters, it's these false prophets causing all the problems. What should I do?
Thank you for that, Mr. Owl.
What a cozy tent. Ask and you shall find.
Can't wait to get emails on this one. Well, I totally appreciate the company. One of you could jump in any time and lend a hand. Or Pa. You know I'll be leaving again soon, and I doubt I'll be back. You'll each be in charge of your own kind, and I suggest you get over the humans real quick like. Stop being pushed around. You've adapted well over the centuries, and now is no time to give ground. What do you think?
I think you'd be lucky that ship floats at all. I've seen better wood on a bonfire.
Oh, so you're where the stench of musty underarms has been wafting from. And you just scared away my friends.
I don't see nobody. I thought you all be talking to yourselves. Maybe high on some oxy. And that's my sour mash you've been smelling. I just made it. And I don't take too kindly to the hygiene comments. I bathed in the creek last night. Even had me a watcher in the woods. You wish yourself so lucky.
Okay, look. I'm not wanting for a fight, and I don't need a new best friend. I'm sitting here minding my own business, and I'm actually enjoying myself. So do you mind?
Actually, I do mind. It's a reservation kind of thing, as in you need one.
Oh, I think you've gone off the reservation, darling. If you're referring to making a house call, well, go right ahead with your delivery. I'll be done as soon as the paint dries.
Nah, I don't think you'd be getting my drift. And my name ain't Darling. I like to be called Raven, like the bird. Rah! 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 And my pronouns is she, her, or it. And I'm willing to overlook disrespect in exchange for that muscle bracelet you've been sporting. Don't make me come and get it.
All right, then. You obviously don't recognize a woman in a corner and how dangerous that can be. And you probably don't know your own limitations. Probably brought on by that inferiority complex. But at some point you have to be held accountable for your own choices in life.
You sound a lot like some fancy-wancy preacher. And besides, I don't need saving. I've seen the promised land. I even made it to the pearly gates. Got inside, too. There I was, sitting beside a nurse and a nun. I decided it wasn't for me.
Is that what happened? Was it a blonde woman tending the gate that day? She let a bunch of you in that didn't belong. You should have taken that time to purge. I see now why you got sent back down to Earth. Oh, and you weren't supposed to take those wings with you on the way out. You needed to earn them. Just another judgment you'll have to answer for.
I found them in the donation box, thank you very much. And I'm bored with you now. It's gonna go down.
Make it quick. I'm down to just one bar, and I can't row straight with just one arm. Hang on. Let me put you on speaker. Hang on. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, I got the apples you sent me. And I got the message. I had no idea how many fears I had. So thank you for helping me wash them away. So, what you doing?
Well, it's time for me to go off grid. Again.
What? Why? People are actually getting the message. Look at me.
Yeah. That's sweet, but no, they're not. But you'll be fine. You listened. And made a change. It won't be long before I see you again. Oh, hey. I met one of your lost souls today. She needs a little more work.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. I don't ever want to go through that again. So how will I know when it's time? And what if I fall off the wagon again? You're not very good at answering messages. Some of us need interaction. So, are you going to give me a sign or something?
You guys always overcomplicate it. Here's a thought. Ask yourself why all the flowers and the plants point towards the sun.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
You know, I've been watching you, frozen and all, and well, now that you're not frozen and all, you know, maybe I could walk you home, get you cleaned up, dry it off. Maybe you can scramble us up some eggs.
That'd be nice. So you're telling me that was God that froze me?
And the one that you apparently threatened, too.
And I ran away.
Like a scaredy cat.
So, and you're Noah? You saved all the animals?
And don't forget his...
God's a woman? Shit. Is she coming back?
Eventually.
Huh.
I guess how long eventually is a lot like asking Mom and Dad, are we there yet? I don't know. I don't know if anybody knows. And who are we kidding? We ain't ever gonna learn until it's too late.